as we head out to the field then, we want to make sure that we have all the stuff that we need for digging the orders. Basically a shovel. I have rubber bands on the shovel in case I need to rubber band any irises together if I dig doubles. There's the shovel, and I'd like to do a little shout out to the Elmore Iris Society in Colorado, who provided me with this apron many years ago, and I've used it for digging iris in the field. It's starting to get a little bit worn, hint hint. Anyways, inside the apron is my knife and my labels for digging. Now we'll get started digging and I'll show you that process. Okay, so now that we've found the variety Here Comes Trouble, I want to point out a little trick that we've done in the field here. We've got the variety Here Comes Trouble, and so that we can see the varieties from a ways off when we're moving towards them, we've cut PVC stakes. They're 1/2 inch, and we've stuck them in the ground. They're about 3 feet high, and then we put this plant label inside it, and we bend it a little bit so that it can't move, so that I can see from a distance where these varieties are. So that helps us locate the varieties. So once we've located the variety, and this is late August, this is the 21st of August today, so you can see where we've dug quite a few plants out of Here Comes Trouble already. We don't just dig whole clumps at a time, we selectively go through and dig the biggest plants at a time and leave the smaller ones in the clump to grow for further orders later in the season. So this area here we've been digging through, you can see we've left, there's still some pretty nice plants in here, but there's quite a bit of stock of this, so we're going to get to the points where there's some really good plants yet. So right here is one right here, and we need a look at my number on the tag, and it says I need 24 of this Here Comes Trouble. So we'll dig this one here, pull it up, bang it off. You see it's a beautiful plant, great big single that didn't bloom this year, so it's got lots of increased set. Take our knife, we'll clean it like that. Take off a few of the outer leaves. I always cut the tip to make sure that the flesh is solid. And we bang off all the dirt. Look underneath to make sure that there's no rot marks or anything on it. That's our first check to make sure that the plant is healthy. And then I take a label out of here. I pull it out. I stick it through here like this. And it's labeled like that until we take it up to the shed where we trim it, and I'll show you that part later. But that's the first plant. But what I usually dig all of the plants in a variety before I put the label through. So I want to show you how we get a plant out of a clump that's more difficult without taking the whole clump up. So let's come in here. Okay, here's a really nice rhizome right here. You can see there's a whole clump right here, but there's one really nice plant right there, and we want to get that one out without disturbing the rest of it too much so that the rest of them will continue to grow. So we get under the shovel, lift it up a little bit, pull the plant forward, get in here like this with our knife, make a cut, and we've pulled that plant out of there. We can put those back like the clump is fine. We've got that variety out of there. We clean it up. The knife obviously needs sharpening. Cut the tip, check it, everything looks great. We put the label on that one, and we've got 2 out of the ground, and we just do this here till we get all the plants of this particular variety done, and then we move on to the next one. But a little bit of talk about the plants. The plants are really good this year. We've had a really good grow year. The plants are really big, not meaning that big plants are any better than smaller plants. It's just that that's been a year that they've grown bigger. They've set really good increase. But what I really look at for a plant, for a healthy plant, is the roots, the root system. And we've got really good healthy roots on the plants. So we're quite happy with the plants this year. So anyways, that's the process for digging. We have out across the field here, we have lots of rows. They're all double planted. They're about 300 foot long. So this is pretty much what's left, and at the end of the year when we get done digging orders, which is not too far out, we'll dig the rest of the field and we'll replant it for next year. This will all be dug, and it'll be trimmed back and reset.